I'm going to do a little rant about the lack of women's packs that fit well and do what I want them to do. I've determined that what I want does not exist. So what I want is a pack that sits up higher on my back. Most of the weight would be between my shoulder blades. Has a waist belt so it doesn't flap around much when I run. Would be great if it had a vest that fit me all right and had some sternum straps that moved up and down. It also needs to be able to carry at least 20 pounds of stuff easily. 25 would be great. So what currently exists are ultra runner vests with, some of them have packs. I've tried a few. I tried the Ultimate Direction Fastpackher. It doesn't hold enough weight. Also, the waist belt has no padding, super uncomfortable, and the internal frame is a piece of foam with a really sharp edge on it, so it digs right into your back. So that could be replaced, but you know, it'll be nice to not have to hack your gear all the time. So didn't buy that. They have a Fastpack 45. Store I went to did not have it in small, and the regular, men's regular, was too big for me. So didn't get to try that on. Also feels a little flimsy in terms of being able to carry the amount of weight that I need to carry. And I've read a review by a guy who said the same thing. He really liked the pack, but in terms of carrying enough weight for through hiking, wasn't built to be that sturdy. So those are out. I love the Palante packs, how they sit really high. Most of them don't have a waist belt. Maybe none of them do, I'm not sure. They have the Joey, which looks really cool. It has a kind of vest, and I saw somebody with that 2 days ago. He also runs on trail, and the sternum straps don't slide, so fuck that, not happening. What else? I'm really pissed because this is my third backpack. Like, that's just so much money that I had to spend, and you know, if I could get women-specific packs at REI and exchange them when they didn't work, that would be fine. But REI carries all of one ultralight women's pack, which is the Osprey, and I am not into that style with like the extra cushy hip belt and extra cushy straps. I tried on one of their packs at REI right after my last hike, put some weight in it, went up and down the stairs. I was just like, fuck no. Like, this is just not my style. You want something a lot more minimal, and yeah, it's just not my thing. So REI really only carries 3 ultralight packs. So the other 2 are the Hyperlight Mountain Gear and Granite Gear. Granite Gear was the last pack I had, but REI doesn't carry the women's specific one. So I had to buy it straight from Granite Gear. Wore it for a little while, like a couple weeks, but they don't take gear back like REI. They said they give me store credit, and I'm like, I don't need $160 of stuff sacks, so I'm going to try to resell it, but it'll be really nice to have that money now rather than after the trail when I have a job. But I had to send it home because, well, what else was I going to do with it? So that one actually had really great shoulder straps and hip belt. Had this cool thing where it is adjustable in the middle underneath the Velcro for different size waists, and was shaped really well. It was awesome. The main issue with that pack was it's 60 liters, which is just too big, and I couldn't pack it down. Like, it didn't have the right kind of compression straps to do that, so everything was just like sitting at the bottom. All the weight was on my hips, and it was kind of pear-shaped and uncomfortable. Torso was just a lot longer than I wanted. So sometimes when I was running, I would cinch it up really high, which meant the S-straps would hit me wrong in the shoulders. But I just dealt with it because I wanted to run. But yeah, so I switched that one out for this 6 Moon design. What is it called? Flash, I think? I can't remember. Flight. It's called a Flight something. Flight 40, FKT. So it's meant for pretty fast packing, and it's got this vest thing, like an ultra runner style vest, which I thought, oh, cool. I'm not the only one who wants to thru hike and run. It's the first time I have seen anything like this, so I think it's a cool thing, cool idea. It's just not women friendly. It just squishes my boobs, and I thought, you know, I've got really small boobs. It's gonna be okay. I could just pretend they're not there. They're there. They are very much there. And the thing is also, like, when I run, I want to really cinch it down so it doesn't jostle. It jostles quite a bit up and down, and then, like, I mean, there's only so much you can squeeze your boobs without it being incredibly uncomfortable. So, yeah, not a great thing happening here. And so I ordered the S-straps when I was in Sisters, and they're gonna come to not Shelter Cove. I didn't know if they'd get there soon enough, so Crater Lake. So I've got another, I think, like 200 miles with this thing. What's good about this pack? Oh, the compression straps on the side are like a zigzag Z kind of thing, so you can actually cinch it down pretty well. Anyway, the idea of it's good. It's maybe good for men, it's just not good for women. Construction seems okay. The internal frame is a piece of plastic tubing, which squeaks. I remedied that with some socks, so wrapped 2 socks around the frame at the top, and that has gotten rid of about 95% of the squeaking, so there's that. The hip belt, I'm wearing a small hip belt, and so you can see the pockets are way the hell back there. Yeah, the medium fit me, but I wouldn't be able to cinch it down very much, so we went with the small. Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks. I think one good thing they did with this pack is where the straps or the vest fit in. It has like 4 different height options, so that's a cool idea. Like, depending on how tall you are, how long your torso is, you can attach the straps at different heights. So that's really smart. I think I have it on the second to top one, and I've tried a couple different ones, like, because like I said, I wanted the pack to ride higher. And when I put it up higher, then I had like this really in my armpit. Still is kind of in my armpit, you can see. But it got really uncomfortable. And then it's got these adjuster things on the side where you can attach the vest in at different points, and I experimented with that. It was no good. So, yeah, that's this pack. My first pack on this trip was a Gossamer Gear Gorilla? Yeah, the Gorilla. And that one, I had heard about it on Backpacker Radio, and like, it seemed like some women liked it, and so I thought I'd try it. I got it on eBay for a pretty good price, and I wore that for 1,000 miles. My main issue with that was the straps were set really far apart, so they were like out here over my rotator cuff. So moving my arms, I was like fighting the pack all the time. So I just like barely used my trekking poles because it was such a battle. And you know, I don't need trekking poles, I got rid of them, whatever, but it is nice to be able to move your arms, so that was kind of unpleasant to have the straps just so wide set. They're also really wide and thick, so my camera pro clip kept popping off. I kind of squished it in there, just like, whatever. And the other thing with that pack is, it was just kind of saggy. Like, it had an internal frame, aluminum, and a sit pad. At the beginning, the sit pad was chafing my back, and I switched, took that out, took the internal frame out, and then I was using a Z-Light thermarest mat. So it's like a corrugated foam thing. Maybe not corrugated, just bumpy foam mat for sleeping instead of an air mat. And that one, so I'd fold it up and use it as the internal frame in the pack. Worked for a while, and then I was getting really cold at night, so I switched back to an air mat, and then I didn't have that structure in the pack anymore. I could have gotten my frame, the pack frame, sent back to me, but instead I decided to switch to the Granite gear pack, which had a really nice frame in it, I have to say. It was just too long and not the right thing for me. So the pack saga continues, and most of my day I'm walking along, daydreaming about pack designs. Is it possible to have a backpack that actually works for women and is comfortable? I know, like, I have friends who love the Granite gear pack, who love the Gossamer gear pack. They're all carrying a lot more shit than I am, so I have yet to meet a woman who's interested in being ultralight. Not ultralight yet, I will say. My base weight is still probably around 12 pounds, so, but I'm aspiring to get there, and it would be nice to have a backpack that would help with that. That, you know, I just get fucking pissed, you know? It's like, why does it have, like, backpacking is hard enough, gear's fucking expensive, and it's all designed for dudes, as if the ultralight game wasn't already just dudes. You know, there's just like, it's really unwelcoming to women when there's no gear that fits us. So, that's my rant.